Okay, now we are going to do respond to reading. So let's make our cause and effect chart because we are going to retell using the chart to help us retell the story hide and seek. Okay. So now let's go to text. So this will be the cause on this side, right? And this will be the effect. Okay. So cause is in the circle and effects are in the box. So let's move this over. Let's make this a little bigger. And then we can do our chart. Okay. Cause, effect. So at the beginning of the story, what did we see? So we saw Flutter and Harry in the garden, and then they saw a big bird, right? So the cause was that Harry and Flutter saw a big bird. So that's the cause. The effect is Flutter hid behind Harry and Harry said he likes hide and seek, right? Hide and seek is a game. So Harry said he likes the game hide and seek. So that's what first made Flutter and Harry realize that they like to play games together, right? So then let's see what the next part of the story is. So the next part of the story is that Harry was looking for Flutter, but he couldn't find Flutter. So he thought Flutter was playing hide and seek. So he went to find Flutter, right? So the next cause is Harry couldn't find Flutter anywhere, right? He also couldn't find the sun, right? So another cause here is that Harry couldn't find Flutter anywhere. He also couldn't find the sun. So then what happened? What was the effect? Yes, the effect was that Harry went looking for the sun and Flutter, right? So we saw in the pictures that he was looking everywhere for the sun and Flutter. And so then what happened? Then Harry saw a butterfly and he realized it was Flutter, right? So this is the most important cause and effect. So Harry saw a butterfly. It was Flutter. Flutter Flutter went through some changes, right? That's what Flutter said. Flutter went through some changes. Okay, so let's move our effect box over a little bit here. And so, what is the effect of the changes? After the changes, Flutter became a butterfly, right? So we know that the cause was that Harry saw a butterfly and it was Flutter, and Flutter went through some changes. And the effect was that after the changes, Flutter became a butterfly. So that's our story. Okay? So now let's go and answer our questions together. Okay. So I will make a question answer box, and then we can go through our questions together. Okay, question 1. Look at pages 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Why did Flutter hide? So let's go up and look at pages 4 and 5 together. Oh, Flutter was hiding because of the big bird, right? And birds eat caterpillars. So Flutter was hiding because she saw a big black bird. Big black birds eat caterpillars, right? So Flutter was hiding because she saw a big black bird, and big black birds eat caterpillars. Yeah, so that's why Flutter was hiding. So let's go to our next question. 2. Why can't Harry find the sun at first? So let's go and check. Harry looked for the sun. He couldn't see it. Clouds covered the sky. Oh. So we can say that Harry couldn't find the sun at first because clouds were covering the sky, right? So if the clouds are covering the sky, even if you look so hard, you still won't see the sun. You need the sun, the clouds to move away, and then you can see the sun in the sky, right? Yeah. Okay. Now our last question, is hide and seek a pretend story or is it real? So let's just make this bigger. And we'll put our question here. Is hide and seek a pretend story or is it real? So a pretend story is something that can't really happen, right? So let's answer this question. It's the name of the book, so we are going to make sure we let everyone know that it is the name of the book. Okay. So hide and seek is a pretend story, right? We know it is a pretend story because rabbits and caterpillars cannot talk in real life, right? Animals, they also do not play hide and the game hide and seek, right? So we know that hide and seek is a pretend story. And we know it is a pretend story because rabbits and caterpillars cannot talk in real life. They also do not play the game hide and seek, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's erase this. Now let's go to our next story. Genre nonfiction. Compare texts. Read more about the sun. The title is Our Sun is a Star. Earth and the moon take 1 year to go around the sun. Earth spins and the moon circles around it. Together, Earth and the moon move around the sun. Our sun is a star. A star is a large ball of burning hot gas. The sun feels warm to us. Plants and animals need the sun to grow and live. But the sun can be a danger too. Never look at the sun. It can hurt your eyes. So never, when you look up, do this, okay? Never, ever, ever look at the sun, okay? Hats help these children stay safe in the sun. Okay, so the sun is very good because it keeps us warm, but it can also be dangerous. So when you go outside, you have to wear hats and you have to make sure that you do not look at the sun, okay? Good. Now let's make connections. Look at both stories. How does the sun feel to Harry the rabbit and to the children? So let's go up to look at Harry. The full face of the sun came out. Harry felt warm. So that means that Harry felt good, right? It felt nice to be warm in the sun. And these children also look like they're having fun, right? They're outside, they're playing with the goats, they're together. So the sun makes people feel good, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, focus on science. Purpose, to find out what you can see in the sky. What to do. Step 1, write a list of what is in the sky during the day. So maybe you see clouds, or the sun, or birds, or butterflies, right? Maybe an airplane. So now step 2, draw a poster to show what you can see. Add labels. So the next step is to get a piece of paper and then draw everything that you can see in the sky on the paper, okay? And then write the name of the thing next to your picture. So if you draw the sun, next to the sun you write S-U-N, sun, okay? Now step 3, talk about your poster. Tell what it shows. Now this is the most important part. So you need to speak, use your mouth to speak English, okay? So you can speak English with your mother and your father. So take your poster and hold it up like this, and you can say, this is the sun. This is a cloud. This is a butterfly, okay? That's good practice for you to speak English. All right, conclusion. What can you see in the sky during the day? So that's what we talked about, right? Good. Look at your poster and you'll see what you can see during the day in the sky. Okay, now we're at the last page of our lesson. So I will make a question box. We will answer some questions and then we will be done for the day. Okay. So our first question is, how would you describe Harry? How did Flutter change from the beginning to end of the story? Okay, so how would you describe Harry? So we can say Harry is a good friend who helped Flutter and went looking for Flutter, right? So when he couldn't find Flutter, he went to go find Flutter. So that's what good friends do. If your friend is lost, you can go look for them with your parents, right? If your friend is lost, tell your mom and dad that you can't find your friend, and they will go and help you look for them, okay? It's always good to be with an adult. Okay, now, how did Flutter change? Flutter changed from a caterpillar at the beginning of the story into a butterfly at the end, right? That's how they changed. So now let's go to the next question. What was Harry's problem in the story? How did he solve it? Okay, now first I'm going to type our question here so we can make our question box bigger. How do you feel when you play with your friends? How do you think Harry felt he played with Flutter? Okay, so that's our question. So now we can make our question box bigger, right? So let's first answer this question. Harry's problem was that he could not find the sun, and he could not find Flutter. And how did he solve it? Harry solved his problem by looking everywhere for the sun and Flutter, right? So instead of crying and feeling sad, Harry went looking. He went to look for Flutter and for the sun, right? And so then after he looked, he found Flutter and he found the sun and he felt warm and happy, right? Yeah. Okay. I'll make my picture just a little smaller because we have lots of answers today. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Make this box smaller. And then we'll make our last question box on this side. Okay. Oh. We'll just answer it right here. So how do you feel when you play with your friends? I think we can say that you feel happy when you play with your friends, right? How do you think Harry felt when he played with Flutter? Well, we know that Harry and Flutter are friends, right? And so if you are happy when you play with your friends, then we can say that Harry we can say that we think Harry was happy when he played with Flutter, right? So that's our last question of the day. How do you feel when you play with your friends? How do you think Harry felt when he played with Flutter? We said that you feel happy when you play with your friends. And we think Harry was happy when he played with Flutter. Okay? So that's all of our lesson for today. So it's time for me to say bye-bye. All right? But I will see you next time. All right? All right, bye-bye.